Alright, so right after that happened, a woman ran by in the street and I heard her cough. I heard her cough out, like right when she ran past me, she was like, oh! And you know what? It's amazing what cowards bullies really usually are, right? I don't even know. What does the people think? What does they think they're going to do? What is it they think of me that makes them think that this is something I deserve? You know? And that I'm just going to take it all the time. Because I said something to her. I ignore most of it at this point. I ignore most of it. Most of it. I mean, if I were to take issue with everything that happened to me all day, I literally would not be able to do anything else. And I have days like that, you know. So that's also why I take days where I don't document anything, because if I do, I will not get anything done. Cannot do anything else with my time. Right? Just spend the entire day getting harassed and stalked by people. Really, pretty much all day long. But every once in a while, either I decide something is so outrageous, or I'm just so sick of it that I decide to do something about it, or it's so, you know, it's just so obnoxious. Like those what are they, guys? I was about to call them boys, but I mean they're probably college students. You know, that was so nasty. You know, and they were having such a good time about it. You know, so I say something about that, and then sometimes somebody gets me just at a moment when I really had enough, just can't take anymore. So this girl very clearly did. You know, she gives this big cough. And I yelled at her. I said, I yelled, hey, you know, don't do that again. Don't you ever? And she immediately, and I've seen this with other people too. Men, not quite so much. Men tend to get aggressive right away as soon as I yell at them. Sometimes they apologize. Sometimes they start to get even more aggressive. Kind of depends on men. But women frequently, when they harass me, which I guess they just do for fun. I seem to be just totally shocked when they get a response back from me that is not submissive in some way. But what do they think I'm gonna do? What they think that I'm like deaf, dumb, and blind? That I can't even hear them? That I'm just this thing, right? Because I'm treated like a thing. I'm treated like I'm not even a person whatsoever. You know? I mean, it's amazing, really. And I have to tell you, you know, she just it kind of makes me. I don't really know what to think about it. It makes me somehow angrier with them when they act like that. You know, it makes me contemptuous with them. This is not a video that's talking about, you know, me being super forgiving, me being really, really nice, me being a humanitarian, or any of those things. This is just kind of me at the level of dealing with, you know, what I have to deal with all day, and just being a person, you know, who can really only take so much, right? So yeah, it makes me really somewhat contemptuous of them. You know, I guess the idea being, if you can't take it, don't dish it out, right? Because wow, she looks up at me, she's in total shock. She was running, and I start running with her. You know, I didn't get near her, but I was running parallel to her. She was running in the street, and I started running on the sidewalk, and easily kept up with her. And she was just looking at me, and her eyes are wide, and she was like, "Oh, I didn't say anything." She has her hands up. I'm like, you know, yeah. I was just like, "Don't ever do that again," right? I said, "Don't ever do that again. Don't ever do that again." Right? And she goes, and I just said to her, "You keep running," and she did. You know, but it was amazing, and other women have behaved that way too, right? They think they're gonna just get like this fun little moment of giving somebody a rough time who's had a rough time every day for 5.5 years, and they do not expect the person to say anything back to them, because they don't think of me as a person, right? And I guess they must think that somehow, somewhere, I did something to deserve the way that I'm being treated, and I'm just gonna take it. Right? I'm just going to take it because maybe they think it's what they would do in my situation.